Anyways, in brighter news, local election. A friend of ours actually did pretty good, didn't he? Friend of the program.
I think this program did a very great service.
Just say it.
We got Keith Wilson elected.
There you go.
Yeah, Keith. What's up? Shout out. You didn't meet me, but you met them. And
Keith. Yeah.
We gotta be at your ceremony.
We should actually.
We want.
Dude, he was at the brewery just down on MLK.
See, we want row K seats while you get the key to the city.
Row K seats.
Yes. We deserve K.
All the way in the back, please. That would be awesome. No, shout out to Keith, man. His message, I think, was a good one. I loved having him on the podcast. He was a great guy. I talked with him before and after privately about some stuff.
Oh, privately?
Okay. Yeah. As I was walking him back to his car, just about politics,
relationship stuff,
and really like the sex life stuff. I'm joking. That's a I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a joke.
He's lying.
No, but we just talked about political stuff and kind of where my family comes from and all this stuff. And I think he's one of the few guys that was running for mayor that had an actual plan in place, not just saying, yeah, we're gonna be hard on drugs and we're gonna clean up the homeless. Like, he had a true plan of step 1, step 2, step 3, long term how to fix it, along with other stuff to kind of get the city back to where we all believe it should be.
Yeah.
And I am surprised he won by such a landslide, I will say, because he did kind of come out of nowhere.
I think one of the things I do want to say is when it came to Keith and everything in between, actually, really quick before I go to that, that's why from that podcast that you guys did, instead of like picking like a houseless clip or anything like that, I picked what he wants to do for the future because I feel like that would age better than us like talking about houseless. Where I was like, everyone's going to be talking about that. And today, one of my friends will repost that, and it's still like getting like replays. He's like, oh, he wants to do this. And like, yeah, he was talking about it on our show.
Yeah,
Watch
I know the clip
episode.
you're talking about. Yeah.
So I actually think that was actually in his favor, but also I think him being like a businessman and like you
not being someone who's already been persuaded by the monster that is politics, I think, really plays a good factor in him.
Yes, but also I think he gets to the point of what you and Tay talked about, where it's kind of like we don't have enough billionaires here. Like, he's a highly profitable CEO, you know what I'm saying? Where it's kind of like, oh, he has a proven track record of like doing, where it's kind of like that only boosts his star to be like, all right, he's got the freight car system. Sorry, Keith.
Free business.
Thank you, Keith. I wasn't there. I apologize. But I will be there at your inauguration. And then, Roque, just sneak us a little bottle or something. But I'm saying I think that's truly helpful to the fact of like, I don't think we have a mayor who's really been thinking about the future.
100%. I think a lot of them want to think short term and just say what the population want to hear, like, get rid of the homeless and get rid of the drugs and all that. But I think I think he's got a plan, and hopefully the city moves in the right direction. We're putting a lot of trust in him. So
Keith.
That's hilarious.
We got you.
Also, hey, there's an example of a guy who went on a lot of podcasts, not just ours.
What? He used the Trump strategy?
I'm just saying, he was on Northwest Fresh. He was on our podcast. He was on Other Stuff Radio, getting the word out there. People got to know him as a person. I couldn't tell you one thing about Renee Gonzalez or Carmen Rubio
I can tell you one thing.
Pingus or whatever.
I heard tell you something about Renee. I heard on a commercial during a basketball game.
Oh, yeah. Don't rank Renee, right?
I heard that, yeah. She don't be paying her bus tickets.
Yeah, Carmen was paying her the tickets. Yeah.
I don't know any of your lives. I'm just... Remember, this is an entertainment podcast.
This is all just shits and giggles.
Exactly. Because if I met you in real life, I would respect you. Just like Keith!
I'm dead. We gotta bookmark his inauguration and see if we can attend, if that's like a public thing or not.
Because he was like, "What's the hottest urban black podcast I could go on.
And let's make sure to get the one white guy on.
His marketing team said, "Boom,
Boom!
we found
That's
him."
5 booms.
Keith, they told me you're a funny guy.
He was funny. He was
Okay,
a
so
real human. He was a real
Okay,
human.
so we're just throwing jokes. We know that you're a serious guy, but I'm seriously thinking we need 6 tickets to this inauguration. Because
Put us in whatever row. We'll cater the event.
Yeah, Keith, I'm gonna tell you something. After this, we've been actually, small rant. We've been throwing out some hits.
Good guess. Even my sister, she's a hater. She was
Wait.
she's like, wait, you've been getting some good guess. The Keith thing, the Hassan thing too. I was because she sent me the Hassan clip. Oh, he was just on the episode. She's like, damn, you've been getting some good guess. I'm like, yeah, I've been telling you.
No. It is so funny. Sorry, Keith. We're gonna stand on your shoulders a little bit. Since we've been on this 2-month run of like having like good guests, people who's like just liking shit and be like, yeah, Rob, I've always believed in you. Yeah.
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It is so funny not talking about your shit and just having random people talk about your shit, being like, yeah. Because the views, because I think we average on a month like 5,000, 6,000 views, like just of like our regular content.
Mm-hmm.
But the watch time has increased. And I'm just like, damn.
Social media's doing really well too.
And I'm just like proud that we're not put into a box. I'm glad that people can see us and be like, you know what? Whether they're a future politician or whether they're an artist, whether they're just like a person on the street, where they're like, man, we're gonna be able to get our story off.
Yeah.
And we're not glazers of interviewers. Like, I feel like we try to ask tough questions. We try to ask questions people will try to ask. And I feel like that's one of the things I was proud about with you guys' interview, where it's kind of like you guys were trying to, give Keith respectful pushback. And I think sometimes when people come with a I gotcha energy, like that's like an ego thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of the questions and pushback that you were trying to give him was like something like any random person would know. Like, you got the opportunity to talk to someone.
You wanted to actually like understand and dig in a little deeper.
Exactly. Where it's kind of like, if I'm gonna interview, the next president of the United States, I'm obviously gonna be as respectful as I can, but also I'm gonna be like, this is my opportunity to actually like really talk to you, like, and not like super glaze.
Yeah, not just get around at Mar-a-Lago.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out to Keith. It was just announced. It was just announced.
It's just announced
that you're president. He's the president.
Jefferson's finest. Sorry.
Actually, that's what we should title the episode. Keith for president.
Keith for president. Maybe we could do that. But yeah, shout out to Keith. Hey, the city is in your hands, man. Good luck with it. If you need help, give me a ring. You got my number.
Yeah, he's like Tony Stark.
Who, Keith?
Yeah.
I get. Interesting comparison. Maybe.
We're Red Hulk.
How can we bring more Romanians into the city, huh? Put me on the immigration board. Not that Portland has one.
What would my cabinet position be in Portland?
Chief of garbage.
That was so trash. I laughed.
I don't know. What would you want? What would you want to be in charge of Portland? I don't even know what job, like, official jobs are.
I don't know. But
public education.
I would fix PBS immediately.
Yikes. I don't think you can.
Don't talk about my system. We're going to quick commercial break and then an announcement. And